attempt at writing helps children to experiment with print and extend their understanding of text, varna, lap, and blood. Most students in the primary grades come to school with excitement and enthusiasm for learning. They tend to be highly motivated and interested in engaging in the reciprocal communication skills of reading and writing. Early writing helps them with phonic skills, blending sounds and segmenting words. Richtel, 1995. Research in emergent literacy has found that writing can play a vital role in children's learning to read. Educator assumed that writing accompanies young children's growing interest in naming letters and reading print. Students' written engagement with universal messages and text meaning rather than calling for simply a reflection on their own experiences, as in the case of the personal narrative genre. Students will focus on brevity and increase writing stamina. Students are asked to write a greater number of brief pieces. The more they write, the more chance of reading improvement they get. Goals for early readers. Writing can be defined by a series of contrasts. It is both physical and a mental act. At the basic level, writing is the physical act of committing words or ideas. Writing is the mental work of inventing ideas, thinking about how to express them, and organizing them into statements and paragraphs that will be clear to a reader. Read aloud, shared reading and guided reading lesson provides excellent opportunities for discussing writing. Students can explore what makes writing boring or interesting, how authors select words that make readers feel certain way, how authors select words that make their writing personally meaningful to readers, and so on. Pre-kindergarten, listening and speaking, engaging in interactive read aloud, simple drawing pictures rather than on writing instruction. Simple drawing pictures to communicate their thoughts during writing workshop is appropriate for pre-kindergarten. Kindergarten through 3rd grade, fostering reading-writing connection. Goals for early reader. The greatest dissatisfaction with writing instruction comes when the teacher's goals do not match the students', or when the teacher's goal do not match those of the school or institution in which the students work. It is important to understand both and convey goals to students in a way that makes sense to them. Students in grade K3 should be encouraged to develop the following. Oral language for all students. Writing is constructing meaning with thought and speech. A positive, confident, and conscientious attitude toward writing. Self as writer, communicators of messages, stories, information. Self as collaborator and evaluator in the writing process. An interest in personal, meaningful writing. Ability to define quality of writing. Skills use in technology. Writing can promote changes. Format workshop. Writing workshop is the best way to organize the teaching of writing and an ideal vehicle through which students can apply the steps of the writing process. The open format writing workshop for the primary grades can roughly follow this suggested structure. Milestones, 5 to 8 minutes. To demonstrate a procedure, concept, or skill or a single topic. Status of the class, 2 to 3 minutes. D is a brief survey by the teacher to find out what each child is working on as well as what stage of the writing. Writing time, 15 to 20 minutes, writing process. The child write choosing topics from their writing. The teacher conference with the individual children. Sharing, 5 to 10 minutes. Children read what they have written and seek specific feedback from an audience. Beginning, middle, and end, as students study and practice writing the individual genres. Genre study has been used successfully in Australia for a number of years, Gibbons, 2002, and is gaining popularity in the United States. 1 inquiry, you read aloud or have students read the example. Lead the students in an inquiry-based process. 2 modeling, after brainstorm, Modeling portion of workshop. You model the creation of a piece of text using Think Aloud process. The purposes of genre: conveying information, entertaining, communicating. 3. Shared writing. You and students go through the step of writing process and co-create a piece of text. 4. Collaborative writing. Pair students strategically to write a text. Piece of it is used to co-create very short pieces of text. 5. Independent writing. Student independently create their own piece of text, following the writing process. As stated earlier, through writing workshop, students apply the steps in the writing process, an effective approach widely used in classrooms and by many professional writers. The process tells us that writers write best when they write frequently, for extended periods of time, and on topics of their own choosing. The writing process and methods of teaching writing have evolved over the years, but 2 beliefs have remained consistent. 1. The creation of a piece of writing is a developmental process that takes place over a period of time, and 2. Writers engage in differing activities depending on their stage of development. These steps are iterative and sometimes overlap with each other. For instance, there is often overlap between the sharing and revising stages. Pre-writing, drafting, sharing, revising, editing, publishing, writing. In this initial stage, students think, plan, talk, and take rudimentary notes about a topic or story about which they feel passionate. Some of the most helpful activities for young children are conversations with a friend about the topic, reflecting, drawing, brainstorming, visualizing personal experiences, and jotting down notes. Some activities they can use: conversation with friends about the topic, reflecting, drawing, brainstorming, visualizing personal experiences, story ideas, offering creative or reflective writing prompts or motivational ideas. Many people falsely believe that writing is a talent that is present in the lucky few, and cannot be taught to the rest. Fortunately, for both native speakers and non-native speakers alike, writing is a teachable and learnable skill, and the instructor can help the student understand the context of their writing assignments by discussing who the audience is, and what their expectations are. The following are the activities the students can apply during the drafting stage. During drafting stage, formal writing begins. Introduce keyboarding in first grade, Graham, 2012. When students type as opposed to handwriting, the volume of sentences and number words increase. Community, 2012. Provides positive oral comments or written one with older. Pre-writing and getting back. Sharing is an integral part of writing workshop because children are social and want continual feedback on their hard work. Feedback need not always come only from you. Writing partnerships of wisely chosen pairs of students can help students to talk constructively and think more deeply about their writing in social motivational way. HSU, 2010. Sharing happens during the writing process and not after. They can take the valuable advice to revise their work along the way. Students respond to each other's writing in a way that is constructive, helpful, and tactful. Praise, questions, and Polish, PQP. Praise, find something positive and specific to say about the piece. Questions, tell the author something that is not clear. Polish, suggest a way the author can make the piece even better. Following suggestions get them beyond a block. Brainstorm possible ideas and jot them down. Reread what you have written. Skip ahead. Come back to the problem later. Write it as best as you can and return later to make it better. Write it several ways and choose one you like the best. Write whatever come to mind. Talk about it with friends. Read other text to get some ideas. Stop writing for a while and come back to it later. Lines for sharing writing appear with a peer editor. 1. Ask a partner to listen to your writing. 2. Move quietly to a comfortable place where you can talk in. 3. Ask your partner questions such as the following. Do you think the opening grab you? Is there any part I should throw away? Did I use any tired words? What is the best part of my writing? Is there any part you didn't understand? Do I need a different ending? Are there any sentences I should combine or separate? What do you like best? Or return to your seat and decide which, if any, of the suggestions you will use. Checklist. To introduce editing, help students by showing them a great appropriate editing checklist, and then make a couple of corrections by putting a line through the error and writing the correction in pencil above the child's writing, eventually progressing to just a check in the margin of the sentence. As the students become more fluent, encourage them to use an editing checklist to make more their own correction. The followings are the student's checklist. I have read my piece out loud. I have sounded out words or asked someone for help with spelling. Every sentence begins with a capital letter. Every sentence ends with an ending mark. I have capitalized names of people and the pronoun I. I have checked my spelling. Polishing for presentation. Kindergartners and first graders usually do not recopy their writing, but sometimes you may type the final copy for the students, editing it and putting it into conventional form. Forseth and Avery, 2002. When their writing is of publication quality, students then share their writing and show their drawing to other students. You can teach the steps for publishing and sharing. Putting their work into a presentation or book is one of the most motivational ways for students to publish their individual or group writing. Students improve through using technology for variety reasons, and students even younger enjoy creating presentations using kid-friendly software, such as KidPix. Using technology to help students publish their writing will increase students' motivation as well as enhance the quality and variety of their writing. Publishing steps. 1. Decide which of your writing you would like to publish. 2. Share your writing with a partner, with the class or with teacher. 3. Adding something, getting rid of something or changing something. 4. Edit your writing for spelling, capitals, punctuation, and correct word. 5. Prepare the paper for your final copy. 6. Add pictures. Rewrite the piece in your best handwriting or type it.